Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have found a video which I think pretty much is a good indication of how some people sell Islam to be a feminist religion or a religion that promotes women's rights. It's not only Muslims who push this. I see some woke people, some liberals, some non-Muslims also saying this too. They also seem to think that Islam is a religion that actually promotes women rather than taking away their rights. So I want to share this video with you guys today, and I want to counteract what this lady is saying to give a counter narrative. Okay, guys, so here's the video. So let's see what she has to say.
I find it so funny how people think that the number one argument that they can use against Islam is to say, women are oppressed. Do you even know what oppression is?
Yes.
Do you? Do you know what it looks like?
Yeah.
Can you define it?
Yeah.
I know you don't.
Oh.
Because in society and culturally around the world, people oppress their women on a daily basis. And that is not because of Islam. Islam gave women rights over 1400 years ago.
Classic soundbite there. Islam gave women rights 400 years ago. It was Islam that basically was the first feminist institution in human history.
So I know my rights. Don't try to explain them to me when you have ignorant, false, weak arguments from a Christian resource or an Islamophobic resource. Are you kidding? Are you going to try and learn mathematical equations from a philosophy class? Make it make sense.
So I'd like to know if you would class the hadiths as an Islamic phobic source, because that's where a lot of us ex-Muslims or critics of Islam find the misogynistic passages from your own sources. So, you know, when Allah gives instructions on how to discipline your wife, that's coming from the Quran. We're finding these misogynistic verses from your own sources. So you got to make it make sense. Calling us bigoted when it's coming from your own sources, make that make sense in your worldview.
If you want to learn about Islam, you learn from a Muslim source, from the Quran, not from something else. And on top of that, you go and try to use the weak argument of, oh, your husband can have 4 wives. Yeah, so? And he's supposed to provide equally to all of them.
I love how she's so blasé about that. Like, yeah, my husband can have 4 wives, so if people have a problem with that, they have every right to. If they're asking, why do men get rights over women? That's unfair. Like, people are just pointing out something that is unfair towards women. It's the clear power imbalance. Why do men get something that women can't?
Do you know how hard it is to have only one wife and be an actual man? Because we don't do 50-50 here. He is responsible financially, 100%. I am allowed to study, work, and my money belongs to me. Any money that I provide for him, it's considered a charity. Charity. And by the way, the wife is allowed to choose whether she wants to be the only wife or not. It is written in the marriage contract.
The recent dramas have actually shown that not necessarily a man can take a secret wife as it's unfolding. You know, this is something we've all learned recently. So I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but from the dramas we've been seeing going on, Misyar marriage seems to be permissible. I really wish it wasn't. I'm just, you know, reporting back on things Islamic scholars have said themselves. This isn't my opinion. This is coming from the sources. As you said, you're telling us go take our knowledge from actual Islamic sources. Well, that's what I've done, and this is what I'm telling you.
You are actually the ones that are oppressing your women because you expect your women to have a 9-to-5 job on a daily basis and to come home and cook and clean and raise the children while you get to sit watching TV. And you expect 50-50 on top of that, 50-50 on the bills. That is true oppression.
I mean, I see what she's saying. Like, if his wife is working also, and then he expects her to come home and still do the housework and take care of the kids, Okay, I will agree with you. Yeah, that is some sort of oppression in the home. But the difference is, like, that's not sanctified in our laws. Like, men don't have to act like that. God hasn't told them to act like that. We don't have a holy book which says to men, like, thou shalt watch TV all afternoon while your subordinate wife is washing up in the kitchen, cooking, taking care of the kids, putting them to bed, and thou shalt laze around watching TV. If we have an issue with that, we can actually challenge it. It's not set in stone, it's not verbatim from any god. As a society, we just try to do what's best for humans in all of our best interests.
You don't even know it. You just go to yell your hatred onto something because deep down, you know that this is the truth. And you know that this is much better than what you try to define as good in your society.
I feel like that's some serious gaslighting there. You're like telling people how to feel, like, this is true, that's why you don't like it. I'm pretty sure people don't like it because it just sounds misogynistic. Telling people how to feel, that's not a good look.
Stop lying to yourself. And stop trying to spread lies and to try to convince us that we're oppressed. We know very well that we are not. I don't care if you don't like to admit it. I don't care if you hate Islam. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but it's the truth. So I hope you learned something today, that you don't know what oppression looks like. And if you don't know what you are talking about, don't say anything.
Oh.
Educate yourself first. Assalamu alaikum.
As I said, just look at the gaslighting at the end. You don't know what oppression looks like. We know we're right, you're wrong. Yeah, this to me is also classic cope, where you're just like trying to convince yourself that people just hate your religion. Maybe just listen to the other side, what people have to say. Like, it's not all hatred. It's sometimes people just genuinely don't like certain passages in your holy book. I use this video as an example to show the classic rebuttals to people having genuine concern and people being shut down with the accusation that they're just being Islamophobic if they don't agree with something. And worst of all, non-Muslims also jumping on this bandwagon that any form of disagreement or critique of a theology, of a belief system, is somehow bigotry and hatred, when it's not. Look, I'm a woman, okay? I'm a woman, and I think I have a right to air my grievances towards ideologies that directly have an effect on me, or directly speak about my gender and talk about my gender in a way which is completely derogatory and offensive, and take away rights from me and then give more rights to men. I want to live in a society where we have equal opportunities, where men are not put on a pedestal and women are expected to be subservient. And I think I have the right to say that, I was taught that everyone, no matter woman, black, white, gay, straight, everyone should have equal opportunities and nobody should be put above the other. Yes, the genders are different. There are differences between the genders, and they shouldn't be used as an excuse to give one gender more rights, more opportunities, more power in life and in relationship. But I hope when we look at these videos, we can just see the errors, we can see the faulty thinking going on here. I don't, no hatred towards this woman. I guess she's just defending her faith. She's just defending her identity. I'm sure maybe some of you guys used to use arguments like this when you were a Muslim. I know I definitely did say things like this at points in my Islamic journey. I definitely promoted Islam as a religion. I used to say it was a religion for women. I remember defending it. I remember promoting similar beliefs that she's promoting. But ever since I was able to step back and actually be honest with myself, I was being emotional when I would say things like this. And the minute I tried to be more rational, I just saw how these arguments don't hold up. It was just, for me, it was just those moments where I was just delving deep into cognitive dissonance. And as I said, this isn't me or other people who critique Islam and other beliefs like this. It's not us pulling these verses out of thin air. this is about actually finding this information from Islamic sources themselves, presenting them to you and actually saying, can you defend this? Can you defend disciplining your wife, having multiple wives, slavery? Can you defend it? It's about flipping the script and asking you to defend your own sources rather than accusing us of fabricating these things or taking them out of context when we're simply just presenting evidence to you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. If you like the video, then feel free to like, or if you enjoy the content that I make, then yeah, feel free to subscribe. Either way, being here watching helps the channel so much. I really appreciate everyone who just turns up, watches, clicks on the video, and yeah, it means a lot to me, so thank you very much. And as always, I will see everyone in the next video. Wish you guys all the best.